Good morning, my fellow patriots and Americans. I know this is very unusual, and some people are going to be wondering what the world is going on. I am doing a live show. Well, there's a story behind it, but we're not going to get into it. So, I told you guys I would be starting. Good morning. I told you guys I'd be restarting the podcast, and last night I kind of did a lot of thinking. And a lot of people have been asking about the big picture. What is the big picture with Patriot News Network? What is our goal? And I know a lot of people are just they're disappointed. There are things that were going really, really well. Everybody was getting along. Everybody was really, really, really ready to just stick to one channel. Well, I think that's gonna happen now. I know that there's people are just now probably starting to get notified that I am live. So I will probably repeat myself a couple times. But where are you coming in from? I seen that you're over there. So as you come in, let me know where you're coming in from. That way I could give you a shout out there. So yeah, I know. Tell me about it, Jason. I was not planning on doing this, but old habits die hard. I went to record, and here I am. So we're gonna jump into the news stories, guys. I'm not gonna waste a whole lot of time this morning, and we're we're just gonna jump into it. So I'm sure right now my phone's about to burn up. Okay, good morning. Don't have my Twitch channel. And I think I have a hot headed wife coming my way. So I am going to have to make this nice and quick and short. So, guys, we are going to be hitting some news stories real quick. Good morning. How you guys doing today? Yeah. I was not expecting to go live this morning. It being 8:45 in the morning and all where I'm at. So, okay, so we're gonna jump into our first story, and I think it really matters. So we're we're gonna just run in and discuss it a little bit. Okay. Oh boy, everybody's sharing the link out. I think I've had more shares this morning than I did last night. Okay, so the basically I'm gonna hat tip Epic Times as Cuomo's troubles mount. U.S. representatives are considering a run to replace him. Well, Congressman Lee Zeldin is threw his hat in the ring this morning and said that he will be running to replace him. Well, that's good news. Lee Zeldin, being a former military member and a Republican congressman, he's been kind of a firebrand for Trump, and I believe that he is going to make things a lot better for New York. And I think all of our friends that live in New York, that live near Long Island, that whatever. Having a Republican in office, I think that would be very, very good for everybody. Everybody knows what's going on with Cuomo. It started out as he was being targeted for his nursing home fiasco, and now he is being targeted by 3 separate sexual assault or sexual misconduct allegations. And if we do what the left likes to do, of course we want to believe all women, right? But we do believe in due process, so the man's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. And I mean, the guy has an ego a mile wide, but we also have to, we can't spout that we want due process and all that if we're not willing to give it to other, even political enemies. We want to make sure that no matter what, we are going out of our way to give due process to them. And I know we don't get due process as conservatives ourselves, but guys, just because we don't get due process doesn't believe that we should not support due process and law under the Constitution. So for as bad as Cuomo is, I really, really hope and pray that he either sees the light and steps down, or he either steps down or admits that he was in the wrong and steps down. So no matter which way, he needs to step down. He is no longer qualified and no longer has the support of the people that he is supposed to have the support of. He no longer has it. So I think he needs to just step away and walk away from it, because if he doesn't, it's going to end very badly for him, in my opinion. And then we're going to jump into the next story. Guys, this one is personally disgusting for me. Fox News actually put this out. I am very, I mean, coming from Fox, Michigan National Guard members complain of undercooked and contaminated meals in D.C. Guys, if we are putting our troops in D.C. to guard these politicians who, for the most part, I mean, on the Democrat side, they don't support them. So if the Democrats have both houses, they have both chambers. If they have both chambers and they call up the National Guard to protect them, why are they treating our soldiers who are there to protect them? Why are they treating them so poorly? I mean, when we sit there and we discuss it with people, we discuss it with everybody. We need to make people understand that it's not about whether or not we support our troops, but to serve people undercooked or contaminated meals, however they're contaminated. I don't know if it's salmonella, E. coli. There's troops getting sick because they're not being taken care of. They're not eating healthy meals. So, guys, it makes me disgusted as an American citizen to see how all of these politicians, they could care less. There's not a single politician that has been able to actually sit down and articulate an answer as to why this is happening. So, yeah, I mean, it's disgusting. We send our troops there to protect these politicians, and then they're treated this poorly. I say let's send them all home. Send every single one of them home and just be done with it. But of course, the politicians are not going to do that. They're really going to just focus more on covering their own butts. I don't think any of us really care to do it. Guys, if you have questions, stuff, put them in. We're going to cover one more story, and then I'm going to take some questions and answers, and then I'm going to bounce and let you guys have the rest of your day. So not a whole lot of busy news, but we are going to cover a lot tonight. There's a couple stories that I have not put up purposely because I'm working on the veracity of it, and I am working on getting an actual face-to-face interview with a lawyer that all of us really like. So, okay. Okay. Biden administration so far has eased pressure on communist China, according to Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz raised an alarm over what he saw as a pattern of systemic decision from the Biden administration to embrace communist China. So far, every nomination that we've seen from the NASA and Biden administration, insofar as it concerns China, has lessened the scrutiny, has lessened the sanctions, has lessened the pressure on communist China. Guys, China's our enemy, both economic and militarily. They are our enemy. We do not have any reason for anybody to get. We don't have any reason to give them any more. I think that the tariffs, the sanctions, and everything, those were working. But China Joe, where are you at? Is that $1.5 billion? And this is a question for politicians. Is that $1.5 billion that Joe Biden received, or Joe Biden's son Hunter received? Is that now starting to come into play? Is it being leveraged as a way to get rid of some of these? Where is this? Where are we? And why aren't we being a leader on the world stage like we were under President Trump? If you care so much about the American people, how come you're just getting ready to, you're escalating a war in Syria and Iran? I really think it's very damaging for any administration who claims to care about their people, who claims to care about helping the average American, but yet spends $1.9 trillion propping up other regimes. We don't have that money, and we can't keep printing that money out of thin air. It is not something that Americans can or should stand for. You guys want Medicare for all. You want all $15 minimum wage, but yet, if you guys push it, you're going to shut every single American job down. I'm a small business owner. I employ people. Do I pay better than $15? Yes. But the reality is, people when they work for me, they have degrees. They have skills. They have trades. They've worked in their trades for a number of years, building up a skill set that is valuable in the workforce. whether they're a plumber, whether they're electricians, whether they're HVAC framers, all of them. They've all built up those skills. They know what they're doing. By trying to slam through a $15 minimum wage, guys, really, seriously, I know the minimum wage is $7, but since that $7 minimum wage has went into effect, how have the rental prices went? I know right now out in New York, they implemented, if I remember right, they implemented a $15 minimum wage in New York City. Guess what? People are fleeing New York City, and the unemployment there is one of the highest in the nation. So, guys, it's very difficult for me to sit here and tell you guys that things are better roses. I don't. Anybody who says that there are better roses is lying to you. We are when Joe Biden said we are in for a long, dark winter. Well, that long, dark winter started on January 20th. And that long, dark winter is actually going to last until he decides, him and Kamala decided to leave the Oval Office or leave their presidency. Because what they're doing is so destructive to the American economy. It is destructive to the American culture. Everything. Anybody who believes that what is going on is good for our country, they need to wake up. And speaking of waking up, guys, there are people from other channels who have sent me messages basically telling me either I shut myself down or I'm gonna have a lawsuit. I'm not really bothered by it, but what I am bothered by is when people, I'm not going to name names because it's unprofessional, but when people sit there and they tell others that they wouldn't believe a word I say because I'm not awake, and I really don't know what's going on. While they're following other channels that are leading them down dark holes, I really want you guys to be very, very careful, because people are waking up. They're seeing what's going on. But that's the way these people work. It takes 30 days to break a person's psyche. How do I know that? Prior line of work. It takes 30 days to break somebody. And when somebody's just starting to wake up to the realization that the government's corrupt and all this, that, and the other thing, after hearing 30 days going into these rabbit holes, they're led to a dark place where they're not going to get out without a handout, without a hand up. I've been there. I know all about it. So if you see these people believing every dark hole that, or every rabbit hole that's out there, do me a favor personally, reach out to them and say, hey, this is what's really going on. Show them where to do the research. Show them the stuff that I've showed you. Because people are, they don't know where to do the research. And I can't continue to go backwards in time and actually show every single person again how to do the research for themselves. So as they are definitely opening of their eyes, they're being led astray, and they're being led down rabbit holes that nobody can explain. The stuff that I share, I'm not saying don't listen to other channels. Again, I'm going to reiterate what I said last night. If I put something out there, I will show you A, either where to find it, B, how to do the research for it, C, what are the sourcing? How can you find the sourcing yourself and contact it and verify it and go on, so on and so forth. You will not see me put out stuff. I will tell you, if it's my opinion, I will tell you. If I can't verify it and I'm discussing something similar to that and it segues into it, I'll let you know this is not verified. This is what people are saying. This is what we know. This is what we can verify. This is what we can't. So, guys, definitely pay attention, because there are people who are reaching out and asking me why the numbers are climbing for the channel, why people are coming over in broad scale. So, guys, I know I said I was going to get into a whole lot. Airstrikes. Iran just attacked some more U.S. troops over Iran, and now the Biden administration is actually gearing up for a counter-assault, and it's just going to keep escalating until we go into a full-out war. So, yeah, we are still building out the new website, so I will be putting in a bunch of new stuff to get people over, so that way people can actually find this stuff. But guys, I told you I was going to keep it short and sweet, and I'm going to get headed to work. You guys have a wonderful day. You have a pen. You have a microphone. Share the message. The silent majority can no longer stay silent. God bless and take care.